What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Wayne. We back in the building with a pot of balloon to find love. You figure what I'm saying, man? Hey, listen, we we got the pot of balloon to find love. Shout out to Arlette, and we finna get into it. Yes, sir. Arlette dropped. So hold on. Let me just make sure the volume ain't overly loud. Yeah, it's alright. Light bright. So look, what I'm gonna do is hold on, I'm gonna just skip this joint real quick.
To pop the balloon, I do want to say hello, everyone. Okay. I think I heard barking.
Let's look at the bras real quick. We got 3, 6, 9. They're a little too close together. They need to spread out a little bit. But I definitely like 8. I like this joint right here. Shout out to T Pendel because I be watching this shit. You know what I mean? You a phenomenal I guess you're not podcaster. You're a phenomenal content creator. You know what I mean? Shout out to you, bro. But I'ma jack this for you if you don't mind. You know what I mean? But the joints I like in this, you know, shout out to T Pendel. The joints I like this kind of form right here. Maybe this one. She a little tiny, and maybe this one, but I don't know. I definitely dig this one though. That's just my swag. But yeah, you know. So 8, 4, and I don't know, 5 or 4 and 2. But yeah, man. Shout out to all the content creators doing the Pop the Balloon and Find Love reviews. But yeah, let's get on with the show. You know what I mean?
Okay. I think I heard barking. All right, ladies. So we're going to be bringing out some single men one by one. When he comes around this corner, if you like what you see, you're liking everything he's saying, all that good stuff, do not pop your balloon. However, if there's anything that he says that you're just really not a fan of, or, you know, if it's something else, whatever it may be, go ahead and pop your balloon, and I'll go over to you and see why you ended up popping. Are you guys ready?
I have a person who's doing my YouTube shorts and my reels and stuff like that. So I got 10 of them coming. They'll probably be here in like 2-3 days, maybe 3 days. So yeah, I'm gonna get y'all some new reels and all that. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe too when y'all step in the building, man.
You ugly motherfucker.
Anyway, let's get it.
All right. Okay, ladies. Well, with that being said, let's go ahead and bring out our first single guy. Hello, welcome in. What's your name?
Jared.
Jared. How old are you?
I'm 38.
And what do you do?
So I'm a senior manager for a Fortune 500 company, and I'm also a baker on the side as well.
Okay, and now what are some things you like to do for fun?
So for fun, love hanging out with friends and family. It could be anything from playing spades to being at.
Y'all be careful coming on these shows working for these Fortune 500 companies. Hey, listen, this is just for me to you, sir. I get it. You want to get love, and you actually may want to find somebody. You may actually want love. Good. But be careful. You're not trading in your Fortune 500 job just to come on Arlette's show. And this is no diss to Arlette or any content creator. But you got to realize these companies have IPs and names to protect. And they're going to protect them by letting your ass go if you all on YouTube being Aaron the Plumber. You know what I mean? Shout out to Aaron the Plumber. You know, even though he was initially done dirty by the broads, and then they called his job and got him fired. So if you do something where, let's say you match with a girl, you know, y'all hanging out, y'all vibing, and then you smash her, and then it just goes to hell 3 weeks later. Well, if she get the call on your job saying you ain't no good, you this, you that, they gonna let your ass go. So that's just from me to you. You know what I mean? You know, then you gonna be sitting at home like this.
So, fuck! Keep going.
Yeah, that's gonna be you at home when you get fired from your job. So y'all be careful, man.
At a cookout to, you know, at a party. Also love working out. Fitness is very important to me. So those are a couple of things that are important to me that I like having, like doing.
Okay, and now what do you look for in a woman?
Honestly, someone who's beautiful inside and out. Someone who has a beautiful heart and amazing character. You know, you always are looking for somebody who's very attractive, but looks feed in your character is who you are at your core.
Right.
Someone who loves a joke, have fun, loves to be around family. Also somebody who loves to work out. Just like I just said, it's important to me. Yeah, so just someone who I can create a safe space for, to where I feel appreciated, and to also where she can feel like she's being loved correctly.
All right, now what are some deal breakers?
A woman who lacks emotional intelligence, right?
Niggas with these buzzwords, bruh. If y'all...
Ain't nothing worse than a smart dumb nigga.
Just take the two words individually. Intelligence implies skill, rigorous information about a subject, so on and so forth. Emotion has nothing to do with intelligence. It literally has to do with, it's a reaction. It's reaction intelligence is what you're saying. It's something happened. This is how I reacted to it. And this is what I'm getting from it. It's emotion. Emotion and intelligence are two different things. You know what I mean? It's two different things. It's chicken versus lion meat. Like it's two different things. If you're talking about emotion, like intelligence is actually something that's like we can test for it. Emotional intelligence, we can't test for it. Now, if you're just saying I want somebody in charge of their emotions or know how to move from A to B and not gonna be stuck being mad all day, okay, that's one thing. But emotional intelligence is not a real thing. Stop using that buzzword. And the worst part is this nigga's doing it. You know what I mean?
Motherfucker.
It's not a real word, bruh. I get it. You work at a Fortune 500 company. You have to talk buzzwords all day. Emotional intelligence is not a real thing. It's not a real thing.
At this big grown age, I'm 38. I've been through a fair amount of things, so I just love a woman who's able to communicate how she feels, whether it may be good or bad. Just being able to communicate.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's all not right, intelligence.
So
that's communication.
We haven't got any pop balloons yet. So let me hand you a pick. Everybody says this is the hard part, but I'm going to have you pop 3 balloons. Okay. Whenever you're ready, go ahead and pop 3.
This is pressure.
I would pop the girl.
We'll go right here.
Yeah, I'd definitely pop her.
Okay, 2
Maybe
more.
The first girl.
And 1 more.
All right, I'm gonna go you. I apologize.
Okay, we'll actually start down there. You can stay right over here. All right, if we can have your name and age.
Sophia, 36.
And Sophia, what do you do?
I'm
Sophia. Unless it has some cultural meaning and she's like African or I don't know, Ethiopian or East Indian, bruh, Sophia. What does that even mean? It's almost like Sapphire. Man, people just, or Sapphire, black people name their kids anything.
a programming specialist for a sports network. I'm a DJ, designer, Sophia.com, and a music publisher.
Okay, so why did you have your balloon unpopped?
I like the way he dressed. He spoke very well, and just wanted to hear him out. So, yeah.
All right. And why'd you end up popping her balloon?
Honestly, it was tough. You're beautiful.
Thank you.
I just had to pick 3. The whole panel was amazing.
Thank you.
Sorry about that.
Thank you. We had another one over here. Your name and age.
Anita, I'm 37.
And Anita, what do you do?
I'm a contract analyst by day, and I'm a DJ and actress as well.
All right. And so why was your balloon unpopped?
He's attractive, and I liked what he has to say.
Nice. And why'd you end up popping hers?
Once again, I just had to pop 3. You're beautiful. You're amazing. Yeah, I just had to pop somebody. I apologize.
Why you apologizing, nigga?
And our last one over here.
Show off that emotional intelligence you was talking about. What you apologizing for? Just stand on business. This is part of the reason why these shows won't work, bruh. Because niggas don't want to stand on business. You know what I mean? I get it. You just don't want to stand on business, bruh. I'm feeling the other hoes. That's what you should say. I like the other girls a little better. They look a little bit more attractive to me. You ain't got to go that, in depth, but I mean, give an answer. Talking about I just had to pop 3. That made it seem like you just randomly picked. If you just had to pop 3, you would have asked girls pick a number 1 through 100, and you had 3 numbers selected, and then you chose those 3, whoever was closest to those 3 numbers. You didn't just pick. You looked at her, you didn't really vibe with her, or you looked at her and thought she was mid, or you looked at her and said she's cute. That's what you're saying, but she ain't cute as these other girls. Okay, we'll keep it 100. You lit, but you ain't lit like the other girls. That's it. Just keep it 100.
Your name and age?
Nikki, 33.
And Nikki, what do you do?
I own a balloon delivery service.
Oh, that's the coincidence. And so, Nikki, why was your balloon unpopped?
He's handsome, and I just wanted to hear what he had to say.
I see. And why'd you end up popping hers?
I just wasn't honestly a fan of the gold in the hair. Other than that, you're very
fairy hair.
Yeah, you're very attractive. Other than that, yeah. So
I like to sparkle.
Work it, girl. All right. So I am now going to have you ask our remaining 6 ladies a question.
Okay. So the first question I had for the remaining ladies is, what's something from your previous relationship that you learned about yourself that you're going to take into your next relationship that make you a better person?
Okay. We'll start here first. Name and age.
Hi, my name is Shahira. I'm 35.
And Shahira, what do you do?
I am a footwear designer. I have my own footwear brand for women with larger shoe sizes, 9 through 14.
Okay, nice. And if you want to go ahead and just answer his question.
9 through 14.
Vulnerability is the number one.
What does that mean? Footwear designer, 9 through. What does that mean? Is that Bigfoot ass broads? I don't know what that means. I'm literally lost. I don't know what footwear designer for larger.
You have to read
don't know what
story.
That means. I literally don't know what that means. It sounds like she designs shoes for women with bigger feet. I don't know. I'm lost, but if it is true, I mean, shout out to you. You know what I mean?
One thing that I've learned from my past, and just to be more open and communicative about my feelings, I would hold things in, and then it would just, come out in ways that wasn't beneficial to the relationship. So now I'm learning to communicate, be honest, be vulnerable, because I want the same in return. So, yeah.
For sure.
Your name and age.
Hi, I'm Janae Moore with 808 and Trinity. I'm 33.
And Janae, what do you do?
I'm a servant of the Lord. So I am a personal assistant.
You have to read this story.
Man, we ain't buying that. You better okay. The moment you tell me you a servant of the Lord, cool. You better not have no children. And you better live a strag-free life. Shout out to CGA. That's one of his coachisms. I didn't make up the term strag. CGA did. Go check out his channel, Free Agent Lifestyle. You better live a drag-free life, and you better not have a baby. If you got either one of those two, you're not a servant of the Lord. You know what I mean? It is what it is. And you want a balloon dating show. I don't even know. I'm not saying it's not in the book, because y'all like to gangbang the Bible so much. I'm not saying it's not in the book, but I just don't know if this dating show is something that the Lord would actually be what am I looking for? If this is something God would actually want people to partake in. I don't know. I'm not saying that is right or wrong. I'm just saying I don't know. But I mean, we'll hear what else you do.
That is what I do right now, currently.
Nice.
Yeah.
And if you want to go ahead and just answer his question.
So what I've learned, I would say I haven't been in a relationship since I've been saved. So now that I'm saved, it's really the Lord who's changed how I have relationships now. So
that means she's not a virgin. That clearly means she's not a virgin. I think she said she's 30. So
you have to read this story.
She ain't a virgin. She using save God, Lily, left and right. We gonna see. Because what it sounded like right now is she's a former, and that's what they always say.
You have to read this story.
A reformed girl's final form is a God woman. They live their life in the secular world, partying, having fun, and then they turn to God at the last minute, which is fine. I don't care, because like I said, I'm not touching either one of anybody on this camera, so I don't care. But if that's the route you're going to take, if that's what you're going to sell us, okay, cool. But you need to actually have proof that you're that person. You can't just sell people on it.
I would say that what I've learned from the Lord is patience, having the fruits of the Spirit, patience, communication, understanding, just allowing someone to just not making assumptions on what they mean, maybe asking them, what do you mean by that? And just having a heart posture that is good, you know.
Yeah. Thank you. Your name and age?
My name is Jessica, and I'm 36.
And Jessica, what do you do?
I am artistic director for a dance studio.
Okay.
And if you can just answer his question.
Sure. I would say something that I didn't do in my relationship that I'm focused on prioritizing this time around is making sure that I make my significant other the most important person. I think sometimes we allow time to get away from us and devoting too much time to other things, but just prioritizing quality time with that person.
It seems a little better.
All right, your name and age?
Katera Wilder, 38, and I'm a biomedical engineer.
Okay. Now, Katera, if you can go ahead and answer his question.
So for my previous relationship, I realized that love isn't enough. I was in a relationship and we loved each other deeply, but we needed more than just that. It needed to make sense in terms of logistics, like where we lived. It was a long distance relationship. And so as much as I want to have a partner, I want someone who's also intentional about making sure that they're ready for a relationship like a marriage.
Okay.
Your name and age? Liz?
So basically what happened was she was in a long distance relationship. I don't know if it started off that way. For whatever reason, it ended that way. And she wanted to move to the next step. And it just either couldn't happen or the guy wouldn't do it. Which is fine. I don't know. Like I said, I don't care. It's just I'm just translating what's actually happening. But, I mean, you know, you got a decent gig. You actually got a really nice career path, but... Mm-hmm.
I'm 36.
Liz, what do you do?
I'm a business consultant for a software company.
A lot of smart ladies up in here today. All right. And if you want to go ahead and just answer his question.
I would say the number one thing that I learned is how to be a better communicator. I would say at times I probably wasn't the best communicator, even little things like if I need more time to think before we have a conversation about an argument we just had, I wasn't the best at communicating that. So I would say how to be a better communicator, for sure.
And our last lady over here, your name and age?
My name is Natalie. I'm 38 years old.
Natalie, what do you do?
I'm a licensed social worker. is Natalie. I'm 38 years old.
Natalie, what do you do?
I'm a licensed social worker.
And if you want to answer his question.
The one thing that I would take from my last relationship is that I was too forgiving of behaviors and words that were said. So for instance, if they tell me that they're not ready for a relationship, I need to move on. And in that fact, I was too forgiving, and I would give too many chances to try and prove myself. And that is one thing that I know that I will be taking on moving forward, to not be so forgiving.
Okay.
Let's head on back. And now, what about for yourself? What's something you learned from your last relationship?
Communication is key. Without communication, the relationship will become stagnant, and you really won't know your partner like you should. So communication is key, and that's what I take.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
So you did hear a lot of responses. It's now time to pop 2 balloons.
Okay. So we're gonna go down here first.
Okay. Yeah, you go ahead. I'm gonna let you pop your 2 first, and then we'll see why.
All right. Sorry.
Okay, and then one more.
They all had similar answers, so this is.
Oof. Got 5 of them. Pop the first one.
Okay. So let's go to the one you ended up popping, and then we'll come back to her. All right. So why did you have your balloon unpopped?
Physically, I do find him to be attractive. The cliche of I want to hear him out and hear more of what he had to say. But yeah, so that was it, really.
I see. And why did you end up popping her balloon?
Honestly, you're attractive. You're amazing. I love your answer. But when you started talking, you got the gemstones on your teeth, and I just honestly just wasn't a fan of that. Yeah.
Hey, to each their own. What can I say? It's there.
She pretty though. She real pretty though.
Get off.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not forever.
Like you put it yourself, or you had to get it implanted?
I put it myself. I implant it.
No. Some people actually do that.
If I had to take it off tonight, I could take it off.
Okay.
Yes.
I see. All right. Thank you.
But each their own.
Yeah. And then we did get a pop over here. Why'd you end up popping your balloon?
I popped because I feel like when I was giving my answers, I could tell you were looking around, trying to figure some things out. So I just didn't feel that connection there when I was answering. But you're attractive. I love your fit. It. Yeah, but just didn't feel that connection.
And now she's someone that's your type?
Oh, for sure. Honestly, it's difficult up here, because everybody's attractive. So you're trying to figure something out on the fly, right? So I do apologize for that, but my focus was on you.
Oh.
Damn.
Well, thank you.
That was
we now have 4 ladies left. Go ahead and ask them another question.
You popping your balloon so early, that was your lick. That was your lick right there. Anyway.
Question.
So who is the most important man in your life, and what qualities stand out about him to you?
Okay, let's start their comeback.
Damn, that's a good
question.
question.
Who's the most important man in your life, and what qualities stand out about him?
Yeah, it's definitely my father. He is a genuine person. He loves my mother. And I just feel like I've seen what it looks like to have a husband who is funny. He likes to have fun. He was actually at a probate yesterday because he's an alpha, and so he still has fun even in his old age. But he's also serious, and so yeah, he is my example.
Okay.
Okay, what about over here?
I would have to echo her sentiments. My dad is the most important man in my life right now. He is just an extremely unique individual, and he always taught me to always be myself and to love people.
For sure.
And let's hear from you over here.
I have to say my grandfather. He's my favorite person in the world. He's so amazing. He just is a provider. He cares about us. He takes care of us. I mean, even now, he gets my oil changed. So I'm just used to he's just somebody who he takes care of the household. He takes care of 2 households. So I just love him. Yeah.
And what about here?
I would say the same. My grandfather, he was so kind, and his love for the Lord was amazing. That's what I strive to be. And he just loved love. He recently passed away the day before Valentine's Day, and it's just so coincidental because, he was just so loving, so kind. He was also a provider. I didn't have to think about anything when I was with my granddad, and he was 95, and that's exactly the kind of man that I want to marry one day. And he taught me about vulnerability and all that stuff, so I'm a completely different person thanks to my granddad. So
That's a good question. All right, I am gonna have you pop one balloon.
Shout out to your granddad being 95 years old. You know
right here.
Okay. So why was your balloon unpopped?
Niggas don't make it to 95 years old. Niggas don't even make it out of Chicago to 30. They be getting gunned down so viciously, and that's another thing. Like the dude who was on the last episode who said he be cheating on the men's side, he put it out there first. Like when the woman asked, like, what is one social cause that you're like behind, and he said, man, black people gotta stop killing black people. Black people have to stop killing black people. That was, to me, that's the number one issue of all this stuff that goes on wrong in our community. But the number two issue is the church. So, but I'll just leave it at that. But that's what I want to, you know what I mean, throw out. But
I think he's attractive. You seem well put together, and like you have a good head on your shoulder. So that's why I didn't pop.
Okay. And why'd you end up popping hers?
The other three ladies, they seem a little bit more outwardly extroverted than you. So that's the only reason why. They're beautiful. Okay. Yeah.
Now, are you more of an introvert?
I turn both on and off.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. It's tough up here. I get it.
It's all good. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, 3 ladies left. Go ahead and ask them another question.
Okay. Question would be, if there was one thing your partner could do that'd make you immediately smile and have butterflies in your stomach, what would it be?
Okay, let's go here.
That's a decent question too. I like that because there's no way to. I'm so grown over this whole love and relationship talk. I think it's all washed. There's no fixing it. I'm on the side of CGA. I agree 100% with him just because I'm married and not that I'm married and not thinking I'm better than anything. No, I'm out of the situation just looking at it from the outside looking in. Everybody just has the wrong ideas of what should and shouldn't go on. Everybody has the wrong ideas of what they should and shouldn't do for themselves. And once you put those two things in perspective and you actually get those things down packed, then you'll thrive in life. Or as CGA will say, you'll have leverage and options. But seeing is like, what's one thing, he asked the girl, what's one thing that your significant other can do that will make you smile? If any of these girls kind of admit to like something getting bought for them or something getting done for them just exclusively for their happiness, then he can kind of understand what type of girl he's dealing with. So I appreciate the question, but it don't matter. It's far too cooked, in my opinion.
I would say just like small touches, like touch me on my back, or just little things when I'm not expecting it. Just small, like not words of affirmation, but touches of affirmation.
Okay.
What about over here?
Oh my gosh, there's so many things. Thoughtful gifts. I like thoughtful gifts. They're nice.
Right there. That's the issue right there. Thoughtful gifts. So see, she was all about the Lord in her first. She was all about God in her first thing. But then saying, what's something that can put a smile on your face right then and there? A gift. And I'm not saying if I walked outside tomorrow, I was at the mall buying something for myself or for my family, and somebody gave me a gift of something like that, that'll definitely put a smile on my face. But it's just the fact that like you're immediately saying it on a show. You're saying like thoughtful gifts, this, that, and the fourth. Like you're not thinking of anything else outside of the norm of what would just truly make you happy. But it's a signal of what truly makes you happy, and it's gifts, which is fine. I mean, I love you for your honesty, but it just is telling, you know what I mean? Gifts have to get you there. And dudes ain't doing gifts now, but
yeah.
And over here.
I love to dance, and so I would just love to have a partner while we're cooking, just to like grab me, twirl me around, and just dance in the kitchen. That would just make my heart melt.
Okay.
Okay. And what about for yourself? I know they want to know.
Honestly, just words. Hey, like, how was your day? How are you? I was in a situation before where I didn't get that. So, that resonates with me. So words of affirmation is my love language, my first one. So that's what it is.
All right. Time to pop a balloon. Oh, okay. Let's come this way. Why'd you end up popping your balloon?
So I was like, I really didn't want to pop. I think you're attractive and I love what you do. I think your career is great and like what you have going on. I'm very into men with purpose and who are high achieving. So I think that that's awesome. And so I was just like, oh my gosh, I just don't have anything to pop on him. But I do feel like
but you popped anyway.
You're a little bit older. I mean, I'm open. That's why I was like, should I wait? Because I'm open to dating somebody a little bit older. But I'm used to dating people who are maybe like younger looking. And so that's kind of it. It's not a lot. You're awesome.
Appreciate you.
Yeah. And I just want them to have a chance. I want you to have a chance with somebody. Yeah.
Got you.
Now
What do you mean by younger looking? I mean, the dude definitely with his hair and even in the sides, I can tell he's in his 30s. He doesn't look like he's in his 40s. He looked like he's just somebody mid 30s. He doesn't look mid 40s or mid 50s. I mean, he's a bigger guy, but he definitely, this is just to me. But she popped because you don't necessarily look your age, is what she's saying. But
you someone that's your type?
For sure. I usually go for women who are a little bit taller, but she's very beautiful. So definitely my type.
Thank you. All right, our 2 ladies left. Any questions for him? You ready? Okay.
Where do you see yourself in the next 2 years?
Okay. In the next 2 years, getting a promotion with my company, and then also growing my bakery business. So those are the 2 things that I see myself going in the next 2 years. Yeah.
Okay. What about over here?
I'm curious about a life philosophy or motto and why that is for you, if you have one.
I won't necessarily say I have a life philosophy. One thing I always think about is, just striving for results and failing fast. If you have a short-term memory, you're able to like just move on to something else really, really quickly. And just having that mentality to where you just attack each and every day the same way.
All right, thank you. Yeah.
Okay. All right, we're down to our final 2. It is time to pop a balloon.
I think
you had another question?
We'll follow up to that. Okay. Where do you see yourself? So I was looking for a specific answer. Do you see yourself getting married, having kids? Like, what's the family goals of yours?
My family goals, it's interesting because I always thought I would have a family, kids by the time I was 25. Obviously, that didn't happen, right? We all have these ideals. But in the next 2 years, going towards that. Marriage in 2 years is fast, but if you find your partner and you all speak to each other and that happens, then that happens. Never put a time limit on anything, but yeah, on that trajectory for sure.
Okay, I think I'm gonna have to pop.
Okay.
Right. It ain't fast enough.
Popping?
Just because I want someone who is marriage-minded and focused on building a family. And
it's not fast enough. This girl, to me, in my opinion, she probably already has a kid, which is fine, but she may already have a kid and it's not fast enough. That's the problem with I always call it the 4 horsemen of single women. Debt, possibly being a baby mama, debt, being a baby mama, lost time or lost opportunity due to working and trauma. So because there's trauma and possibly some debt, you've lost opportunity to what's the correct phrase? You lost opportunity to try new things or have something develop. You lost that time by working. You lost that time by now you're 20 years old where you could get a man and just marry and go on with your life. Now you're 30 years old. You can't just do that same thing like willy-nilly. Like a 20-year-old can just go out, oh, I like this guy, deal with him for a year, 2 years, whatever. Oh, it doesn't work, go on to next. But she's 30 at least, and she doesn't have time to kind of push that thing. She's tired of kicking the can down the road, so she's got to make like a hard decision now, or a hard decision sooner than later. And because he didn't give her no deadline or anything like that, she's just gonna, and that's another good thing that for him is good that she popped, because even if she was on the deadline of, let's just say he says 2 years and then marriage and kids, and she just agrees to, okay, 2 years. Well, the problem now becomes, you're going to be on your best behavior for 2 years. How do I know you actually genuinely like me or love me? If 2 years in is when I want marriage and a kid. Well, all you got to do is, suck Johnson for 2 years and you win there. You see what I'm saying? So, good for him that she popped.
Time is, you just never know what can happen, but I want someone that has that on their forefront of their mind. So,
okay, for sure.
Now she's someone that's your type?
For sure. Like I said, I usually talk to taller women. She's very beautiful, very attractive, great career. So yeah, definitely for sure.
Thanks. We do have our last lady over here. So just want to ask as well, is she someone that's your type?
She is. She is.
Oh, you got all 32 out. Come on up here.
Yeah, to me, it was the one that I would have chose too. I mean, I probably like I like brown skin. Like everybody knows, just me. My wife is probably this color. I like darker skinned girls. Just me personally, but I mean, she looked good to me, so ain't nothing wrong with it. You know what I mean? You definitely gonna.
I'm finna go deep inside. Yeah. Just leave them nuts hanging out.
Yeah. Yep, pretty much. So. She can get the Johnson too.
No, you'll stand over here. Okay, y'all. Any final question between the two of you before we determine if we've got a match?
How would your friends describe you?
Funny, outgoing, inspirational. I have a group of around like 50 fellas that we always motivate each other every single day.
That's a lot of people.
It's a lot.
You know 55 people.
Yeah, I
Closely.
do. What niggas, bruh? Now you think dudes can't see, this is the problem with like this whole love and relationship space. Like now dudes I can't know 50 people. Hell, I know 10 in the state I live in. Like I was born in this state. I wasn't raised in this state. But I know 10 down here that are like good, decent people. You know what I mean? I talk to them off and on. I don't talk to them all like every single day. If he said he got 50 that talk to him every single day, I definitely know 25 that I can reach out to right now that are like good, decent, hardworking men. You know what I mean? Do I talk to them every day? No. Because I got my own things in my own life. But what you think? That 50 black guys can't get together? And that ain't even assuming that everybody's black. They could be half white or Japanese. Unbelievable.
Like closely, yeah. And we all push each other every day, whether it may be something physical along the lines of working out, or within like your work sector. We push each other every day. So yeah, that's what they would describe me as.
And you're good with questions? You have a last one? One last one, if you have one.
Do you have any children?
No.
No? Okay. I don't either.
Brown skin, you gonna have fun with that.
Well, let me ask my question then. Is it a yes for you for him?
Yes.
And is it a yes for you for her?
For sure.
We got a match! I'll take the mic, and you guys can go on with your girl. Make some noise for them ladies!
Shout out to that, man. Anyway, that's gonna be it for this Pot of Balloon and Find Love. This is just the first guy. I'm gonna come back on and gotta go get some herbal medicine in me, and I gotta go take my daughter. Get my daughter from upstairs, put her down here with her mom, so they can go to sleep, and then when I fall asleep, they can do all their ish in the morning, and then I can get up and just kind of go. So yeah, I'll be on in a little bit. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe.
You ugly motherfucker.
Yeah, man. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, man. You know what I mean?
You ugly motherfucker.
And I'll catch y'all on the next one, man. We're gonna be right back in like 20 minutes.